The Israeli military says it's killed 9 militants in 2 separate attacks in the occupied West Bank. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell has met with the President of Kyrgyzstan to discuss strengthening their partnership. Israel says it has killed 9 militants in 2 separate strikes near the city of Tulkarem in the occupied West Bank. The Israeli army said it struck a vehicle carrying 4 Hamas militants and a military commander earlier on Saturday, killing all 5 people who it claims were on their way to carry out an attack. The strike was followed by another attack in the same area later on Saturday, during which Israel's military says it killed 4 more Palestinian militants. The IDF has since released footage it says shows strikes hitting infrastructure used by militant group Hamas. It comes as local media says at least 7 people were killed in attacks on the Barej refugee camp and the city of Khan Yunis. Russia says it has shot down 75 Ukrainian drones which were targeting a number of Russian border regions including Krasnodar, Belgorod and Rostov overnight. The governor of Rostov says his region was the most affected, claiming it was attacked by 55 drones which hit the airport and 2 oil refineries. Ukraine's general staff says its forces struck an airfield in Morozovsk, hitting ammunition depots with guided air bombs, as well as the fuel depots in Belgorod, Kursk and Rostov regions. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian Air Force said Russia attacked Ukraine with 29 Shahed drones and 4 missiles overnight. In the Ukrainian regions of Pokrovsk and Mirnohad, residential buildings, educational institutions, medical clinics, a shopping centre and office premises were destroyed in strikes. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell has met with Kyrgyz President Sadur Japarov in Bishkek in an effort to strengthen the EU's bilateral cooperation with Kyrgyzstan. During their talks, the pair discussed increased partnership in the areas of trade, the economy and investment, in particular the participation of European investors in Kyrgyzstan's ongoing hydropower and transportation projects. Borrell said the extended partnership and cooperation agreement signed with Kyrgyzstan earlier this year has paved the way for such collaboration. Borrell also met with Kyrgyz Foreign Minister Zhinbek Kalubayev, with whom he discussed the next steps for deepening the EU's ties with Central Asia. Borrell's trip to Kyrgyzstan follows a similar visit to Kazakhstan as part of the EU's attempt to develop links with the region. A rare type of tornado has been spotted in the eastern Spanish municipality of El Toro. Local weather page Meteo Storms said it believes the tornado was a supercell, which is one characterized by a rotating updraft. It emerged during the extreme weather that followed a recent heatwave in Valencia, accompanied by torrential rain, hail and strong winds.
The US announced plans to move a fighter jet squadron to the Middle East and maintain an aircraft carrier in the region amidst growing tensions. The announcement was made after US President Joe Biden said he was very concerned at the prospect of escalating violence in the area.
The Secretary will be directing multiple forthcoming force posture moves to bolster force protection for U.S. forces region-wide, to provide elevated support to the defense of Israel, and to ensure the United States is prepared to respond to this evolving crisis. In terms of what specifics that means, I don't have that for you right now.
Hundreds of Palestinians in Beirut held a symbolic funeral for the Hamas leader who had been assassinated in Tehran. In addition to the recent assassination of a Hezbollah commander in Beirut, the region is faced with all-out war. Iran has threatened to respond after the attack on its territory, and Israel has vowed to kill Hamas leaders over the group's October 7th attack on Israel.